Outcomes could easily be a currency in the future. And in fact, some of the work that we're doing with forward-thinking publishers like Roku, who are integrating with our Outcomes at Scale product, are effectively moving in that direction, enabling a direct feed of data that's coming from iSpot to give them the information on behalf of the brands with whom they work to be able to optimize those campaigns in better real time in order to achieve predetermined outcome expectations. When you think about outcomes and how iSpot differentiates, you have to really understand what an outcome is. And if you asked a marketer what an outcome is, I think most of them would answer you that it is the inevitability of getting to or an effective sale or in-store visit. Now, those things don't necessarily happen on the back of every ad, right? So what we need to understand fundamentally in order to understand real outcomes and action on them is the impact and effectiveness of the creative all the way through the media and audience strategy. And some of the challenges and complexity in the outcome marketplace today are that you have walled gardens who are effectively grading their own homework. So it's hard to know how much you can rely on what's happening there or how duplicated that might be with some of your other investments. And then beyond that, there are a lot of kind of point solutions that market themselves as outcome-based companies that are really just a signal, say spikes, search spikes, for example. An interesting signal, a linear specific signal, but just one signal in a greater landscape of a marketer really needing to understand what's happening with their creative, their audiences, and how that's transforming into outcomes. And then what to do with that, how to action on that data in real time. And because iSpot has been garnering decades, more than decades worth of data in the creative and the audience space, we're able to do the first and initial very hard work of measuring the ads properly in the first place. That's the first step to proper outcome measurement anyway. How did the creative work? How did the targeting and demographic targeting work along with the creative, and what did that produce? Currency in the television marketplace is an interesting topic and something that's top of mind for us for sure. Like everything, I try to simplify, right? And I think if I think about currency and what that has meant to the television industry for a very long time, it has been about program level currency. It's been buying shows. How much reach do those shows have with certain demographics? Which speaks, unfortunately, very little to the impact of the ads and the ad performance within those shows. So when we think about currency and alternative currency providers, obviously Nielsen has been a big player in that game. VideoAmp, big player in that game as an alternative currency. Not really something that iSpot's terribly interested in, and I'll tell you why. Fundamentally, what matters to us and what has always mattered to us is how the ad spot itself performs. And what makes that particularly interesting is how well that jibes with impression level measurement as we move more towards streaming and we have more of a digitized approach to measurement. So if you want to call us the currency of anything, we would maybe proudly call ourselves the currency of ad effectiveness. Because when you are a partner like us who works with so many brands, over 400 brands, that depth and that scale of understanding and the trust that those brands put in us to understand how their ad spots are performing, to me that becomes a currency, but a very different type of currency than traditionally we think about when we talk about alternative currency. iSpot's AI platform is called Sage. It's a super purposeful name. We called it Sage because a sage person is somebody who knows all. It is a person that you can turn to for trustworthy intelligence, if you will. And iSpot approaches the AI landscape exactly the way I think intelligent companies are, because truthfully, anybody can create a chatbot. AI chatbots are a dime a dozen. What matters with AI is the data that sits behind it. It's why I'm here with iSpot today. I'm so incredibly passionate about the treasure trove, the decades worth of creative metadata, of audience performance data across linear and streaming that then feeds this AI machine to help brands understand not only how their own ads are working, but also how their competitors' ads have been working in market, how their investments have been akin to or dissimilar to, dependent on what their strategy may be with their industry at large, or with people that might not even be considered competitors who they just think are doing really cool things. So AI does, for a business like iSpot, something really special, which is to take data that otherwise would have been very hard to query, just so much data to really understand in a usable way, and makes it easy for anyone to have a conversation with and understand what has been working for their brand.